Hey, welcome back to my YouTube channel where we discuss all things embodiment, entrepreneurship, and living your best life. It again has been a little while. We are still in lockdown and it looks like it's going to be going on for another at least a couple of months, so it's a little bit hectic, but we're trying to make the most of it. Rest as we can and just keep building upon things that are already have a foundation. I've recently taken some big steps into creating investment accounts and things that will give us compound interest so that I can also help the world do the same, and so that we are basically sorted. No matter what happens with all this stuff that's going on with the world and the pandemic, in 10 years we'll be set. So as long as we just make it through and we just keep adding to that and keep working towards other things, which this also provides more energy for, then we'll be all set for the life that we desire. We just want to live. We just want to be able to live the life that we want, and we are entrepreneurs. We love running our own businesses about health and wellness and mental health and all of those things. We love community, but we want to do it on our terms and rest whenever we want and not have to show up into an environment that's not 100% looking after us and nurturing us the way that we deserve and the way that we desire. So yeah, that has been happening. This also happened quite obviously if you've been following me for a while. I think I've had dreadlocks the entire way through so far. If you go back to my early videos from like 2, 3, maybe 4 years ago, there's some music stuff there, and I don't have dreads there. I have my like natural hair, which is just like black and frizzy and curly and just crazy. And then I had dreads for a good couple of years. So this is a big step. I'm going to try and add in some snippets of the video that are recorded as we were shaving my head, so you can have a look at that. I also have a video on TikTok, which is like a little time lapse. It includes everything and the emotions and just everything from the day, so you can go and check that out on my TikTok. I will link that below. In terms of answering some questions around why I did it, there's a lot, and this is part of the reason why it's taken me so long to record this. It's just brought up so much for me, and it's allowed me to work through a lot as well, which has been like part of the plan. I definitely did it with intention. I wanted to let go of my old self, my old limiting beliefs, and yes, we can't just let everything go at once, but this is a big step towards that, and it's something I've been wanting to do since I was like 10 years old. And when I first got introduced to yoga, I used to have these two beautiful teachers. It was in primary school. I think it was like year 4, 5, or 6. One of the teachers that we had, there were two beautiful women. One of them, her name was Danielle. So straight away I was like, oh, she has my name, like that's cool, like I wonder what she's about. Basically just straight away started looking up to her, and the way she presented herself as this embodied, beautiful brown-haired goddess, and that's what I wanted to be. I didn't really have mother figures that I really connected with growing up, so I kind of have always been trying to find things outside of the traditional like blood family sense to be my mentors and to be my inspiration. This Danielle chick was definitely one of them, and she came to class one day and she had just shaved her head, and I had known her as this like, she had such beautiful thick like long hair, and she just shaved it all off and she was like free. She just was like open. And at that young age I was just like mind blown. This beautiful woman has done this amazing thing. In terms of a woman rejecting the standard patriarchal view of what a woman should be and how she should stand up for herself and how she should be represented in society, how she should act and look and be, I was like, this is amazing. This is a woman that's actually doing her thing. I don't know if I could do that because I don't feel that I would be accepted if I did the same thing. So what's that, like good 15 years later, I have finally done it, and I literally wish that I could send her a message and tell her how much she influence me and change my life. I have ordered a couple of wigs to try just to like kind of play. A part of me just wants to really commit and not wear like any wigs, not do anything, like keep shaving it for years and years and just see how embodied and how much extra I can bring out because of this process, because it is so big. It's such a big process. Even like putting on my makeup and coming out as this version of myself was really hard, because it's different. Like, it's a different way of putting on makeup. It's a different way of showing up, and yeah, I don't know, it's a different version of me. So thank you for being here. Thank you for seeing me in all of my transitions. It really means a lot. Even though we're still quite small on YouTube, I have a feeling that we're going to grow really, really big. And I'm just so grateful that this community is as just embodied and alive and delicious as you are, because you're all absolutely amazing, always supporting each other in comments. And yeah, if you've gone through something, maybe a similar process or a friend has or anything like that, feel free to leave your experiences below and I can check them out and we can connect. If you don't feel like sharing with the community, then please just send me a DM on Instagram. Yeah, share away. As I kind of already said, it was a big part of me shedding these old beliefs and working through old belief systems. That includes like my money thing that I'm working on at the moment. That's a big like identity for me, to be changing and to feel accepted as a woman that's, again, not fitting into like the tiny little boxes that the patriarchy wants us to. Really to show up as whatever version of me that I want to show up as, and to know that I can be accepted and I can be loved, even if I don't look like or act like the version that I have believed I needed to be for so long in order to be loved, in order to be successful. There were so many tears shed beforehand and during and afterwards, and my partner was just absolutely amazing in doing it for me and just ensuring me that I am loved and I would be loved afterwards, which is a lot to admit, but there was definitely a lot of vulnerability on my part from that. My body also went through like a physical purge afterwards. I was really like free and I felt a lot lighter for the next like maybe 24 hours, and then after that I woke up, my neck was in so much pain. I don't know if it was like the change from like not having it like dragged down, but it was just like completely seized up and I literally couldn't move out of bed for like 5 days. I wanted to just expose this like new version of myself and show up and make a YouTube video about it straight away and just like all of these things, but it was hard. I literally couldn't get out of bed. I couldn't do any of the things I wanted to, couldn't cook, I couldn't get anything for myself, couldn't go on walks, I couldn't like cuddle properly with my partner, I couldn't do anything. Even resting was hard because it was like trying to find a comfortable position that I didn't have to like, yeah, it was a lot. That was very interesting to just notice that. And it honestly did give me an opportunity to just kind of sit in the process a bit more and wallow in it and just like really, really process what was going on and how big it was to me. I think beforehand, like there were a lot of tears and like all this stuff came up, but I still didn't even want to admit to myself or to anyone else how big it was and how big my limiting beliefs were around showing up as a woman with this. Apologies for the little lighting change. One of my ring lights has just like, I don't know, overheated and turned itself off. So I'm just going to leave that for a bit so I don't start a little fire. Any questions that come up around this process, feel free to just send me a message. Again, on Instagram, I can just do so much more. I can really like connect with you. And if you want to post a comment or a story or share or anything like that, again, YouTube, just comment below and just share your experience or ask any questions that you want me to answer. Any future videos as well, just let me know what you want, because we're co-creating this together. I hope everyone as well, I hope everyone that sees this now in this current time is just doing the best that you possibly can. If you are struggling with any mental health stuff around this pandemic, around isolation, around just all the anxiety and the feels that are in the air and all the upgrades, because baby, these upgrades are massive and not to be ignored and are happening for a reason. So just remember that. Please reach out to someone. Please reach out to a professional. That's why they're there. There's been a lot of calls made recently. Everyone is going through the same thing, even if we don't all experience it or show it or talk about it in the same way. So please know that you're not alone. And if I can do anything, please just send me a message. I'm transitioning my TikTok at the moment to maybe more of a holistic approach, less like kind of looks and style, but more like just real shit that's going on, because that's what I want to spend my energy on. I don't have as much energy at the moment because of everything, so really choosing where I put my time, where I put my energy, making sure that it's aligned. Come follow me on that. I'll link everything below in the description box. I'd love to hear about you and connect with you all. I know that this community is going to keep growing, and that is so beautiful. I'm so excited. But the few people that do see this now, like honestly, you are why I keep showing up. You are amazing, and I appreciate each and every one of you. So yeah, a lot of love.